So over the day you're probably going to use, say you use 500 watts, produce 500 watts all day, and you have something that's 3 kilowatts. It's offset because what you make and save over the day you're not using. Those little peak items do kind of use a bit of power, but generally speaking you stay within the overall lower bill. So you can make savings on it. It does work. We used the overcast average day. I have no control over what happens in this house, so we kind of get like a realistic picture. So over the last couple of days, obviously, I've been using, taking photographs, showing our data use. So you get little images like this, which show, and then I've gone back in the afternoon, and you get these kind of peaks and troughs. So it's sunny here, then it got cloudy, but then of course on this you've got this one here. You can see where we're digging into the baseline power, but on top of that we're actually using extra power. So we're not using stats of what power we provide, because some of that goes straight to the grid because we overproduce and our meter just sits at 0. So when there's times like that can go on for a couple of hours, we're not using any power at all from the grid. If we used, say, whatever equals up to 1 kilowatt in 3 hours, and then used a 1 kilowatt item for an hour, it's 0. There's no saving there. But because it's over the day, and because we use our 3.5 kilowatt kettle, that's on for what, 3-4 minutes. That's absorbed into that over that hour period, and over the day as well. So we kind of drink a lot of coffee around here, so our kettle's on quite a lot of the time. So here's another one in the afternoon. You can see here as we come down to the end of the sun, look, in the afternoon. Oh no, that's lunchtime. Yeah, so that was the washing machine, I believe. I'm trying to remember everything that actually goes on in the day, and that would have been 4 o'clock in the afternoon on the same day. So as you can see, there's the dents in, and that kind of, these peaks, oh sorry you can't see, can you? These peaks here are kind of like our average usage, and you can see where it just gets knocked straight off. That was on Sunday, and it was Sunday dinner. So by 8 o'clock that same night, that's what our power usage looked like. So you can see where dinner was, can't you? And everyone's sitting down watching TV in the afternoon. But that's kind of, this here is our average use through the whole day. So once we're up, our power usage is here, and all that side of it is basically what we saved on solar. So it shows you how it does work. I mean, it's about 50-ish%. This was Tuesday. This is at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So you can see it was quite overcast in the morning and then got sunny in the afternoon. So you can see it's almost completely gone, I think. So I had to angle this one, so it's going to be a bit blurry, but you get the idea. So you can see where we're coming off solar there right at the bottom. And you can see as it got sunny in the afternoon, the way it dropped down. So as you can see, there is money to be saved there, and it's just how much does it cost and how long does it take. I mean, that's a general conception for everybody. And I think if you work out that we do, let's say we do a DIY kit. So a DIY kit excluding rails and clamps and everything and fitting, you're probably looking at about £550. That's subject to availability, because obviously we do everything at cost. That's kind of like your low end cost, so 550 is less than that on here, but we'll go for that. That's a good average price. £600 for panels because they're about 150 each, but you can get them to like 130 up to about 170. That's kind of at 935. So for £935, it's less than £1,000. Well, it works out it's probably going to be around £1,000 or just over, and then labour on top. That's 3.5 years at dull sunlight, bad springtime weather, and as I look out the window the clouds are rolling in, but that's 3.5 years, so you're going to take less than 3 years to pay it back. yeah, does micro solar work? Is it worth it? Yeah, probably just make sure everything's installed properly and you have good alignments. The only problem we're doing is we're still talking with our local council and building regulations and eco grants to see if we can actually save you more money by getting a grant and all the planning needs all sorted out and ironed out before we even need to be rolling out. There is various legislation parts that apply to installations and different schedules, and it gets a bit complicated, and there's grey areas in between it as well, which makes it a bit murky. So stay tuned, do subscribe, and if you like the video and you found it helpful, do click the like button.